6 weeks before she died, my sister said she'd found the answer. I drove her 400 miles to get it. It was an empty field. And God forgive me, I screamed at her in the middle of it. Lena was 34, sick since she was 9, a childhood measured in hospital wings, and that spring the doctors confirmed the third recurrence. I'm her little brother, the healthy one, the guy who handled parking garages and insurance calls while she handled the impossible part. One morning she called at 5 a.m. I figured it out. I know what I need. Can you drive? I thought she meant a specialist, a trial. She'd been deep in her laptop for weeks. I drained my savings and picked her up before sunrise. She made me stay off the interstate, back roads only, hills turning blue as the sky lightened. She rode reclined behind giant black wraparound sunglasses, the kind they hand you after eye surgery. Years of medication had clouded her eyes. They just fixed the left one. Past the state line, she raised her hand into a bar of sunlight and stared. I forgot hands had this much detail. It was the first time I ever heard her voice shake. The GPS gave up on a gravel road between two hayfields. Here, she said. Grass, trees, a leaning stone chimney half swallowed by weeds. Nothing else. I unloaded the wheelchair we'd never returned to the hospital and pushed her down an overgrown path into the trees. What was this place? I asked. Camp Kestrel. For kids like me. They tore it down years ago. 2 summers, ages 10 and 11. The only piece of her childhood that didn't happen under fluorescent light. I never knew. Nobody sends the healthy kid to camp. The path opened into a clearing. Wild grass glowing green and gold in the noon sun. Here, she said again. I walked the whole thing looking for it. A marker, a building, a box she'd buried as a kid. By then, I'd have taken a time capsule. Nothing. When I turned around, she'd taken the sunglasses off. She was staring at cottonwood seeds spinning through a shaft of light, crying like she was watching a miracle. Look at them, she whispered. 14 months of hospital air. You forget the world has this many moving parts. Something in me snapped. Seeds? That's the answer? Lena, I thought you found a trial. A doctor. I took unpaid leave. You dragged yourself out of a hospital bed. For tree fluff, I was shouting. For 1 second, she looked like a scolded little kid. I hated myself instantly. I knelt by her chair. I'm sorry. Just tell me the plan, please. She answered quietly without looking up. There is no trial. I've read every study, every eligibility sheet. Third recurrence spread to the liver. I don't fit anyone's numbers anymore. I stopped treatment 2 weeks ago. I didn't tell you because you'd have fought me, and I'm done spending what's left of me fighting. Then why are we here? If you look at what's coming for me, it's only dark. Dark in every version. But a life isn't a line, Danny. If you could hold all of it at once. Every camp summer, every stupid hospital bingo night, this afternoon, one shape instead of a countdown. Mine is beautiful. I wanted the shape to close where it opened, and I wanted my brother standing in it. Then she pulled $2 store notebooks from the snack bag. When I'm gone, people will tell the chart version. Diagnosis, recurrence, dates. Somebody has to tell this version. A brother and sister driving all day to a secret place. That's a story. The other thing is paperwork. She held one out to me. Someday somebody's going to need you to write it down. I couldn't take it. I dropped it in the grass, sat down by her wheel, and stared at nothing. She didn't push. She just opened hers and wrote letters. I'd learn later. To me, to Mom, to a niece who didn't exist yet. We sat 2 hours while the seeds drifted, and it's still somehow the best afternoon of my life. She died that October, at home, exactly the way she planned it. Months later, going through her things, I found the notebook I'd thrown away. She'd picked it up when I wasn't looking. Grass stain still on the cover. First page, her handwriting, 1 line, start here. It took me 2 years to open it. What you just read is page 1. She believed a life, seen all at once, makes a shape. If you've read this far, you're standing inside hers now. I think that's exactly where she wanted you.